What happened to Andre Drummond? Question mark. I mean, y'all, my fault. Y'all didn't see the thumbnail. It was talking about how he went from an all-star to a not a bust, but like a bench warmer. Nigga. Literally a bench warmer. The clip was him on a wheelchair. So shit.
2 years, Andre Drummond went from all-star to
warming up wheelchairs
all-outcast.
now, not only the
Literally, nobody wanted a 27-year-old two-time all-star in his physical prime, not even injured. So what's the problem? Well, years later, he tried to pass that lesson on to a group of kids he was coaching.
Fellas, I was that guy. I was a
I don't know
$100
about
million guy.
I don't know about that guy, but you may have been a dude. you may have been the dude, the fellow gentleman over there. You weren't that guy. I don't know about all that, but like, yeah, you was getting 12 boards, but where was the points at? Nah, hell nah. Nah, you wasn't that guy. Fuck no, nigga. He was getting that ball up. He was getting that ball off that rim. He wasn't putting it in though. You wasn't that guy. You wasn't that guy. No, you wasn't. You wasn't. Don't clip that. That ass, bro.
I was pouting. I was upset when I wasn't playing. And I had a bad attitude. I went from $100 million to a league minimum. And it's a personal story I'm sharing with you guys right now.
It is
100
so
million?
rare for an NBA player to
I don't know about
talk
that.
like that.
Like, we need to stop,
Normally,
like-
dudes just like shut out the world or quit basketball if things go south. But Drummond is now a permanent bench player, cheering on the player they used to hate and loving it. What changed? Well, it all happened
still
one
getting
night in a locker room before a game. Drummond was so scared that he had to tell his coach to bench him that night, and what happened next changed his life forever. But Drummond is actually pretty used to teams not wanting him. He was so uncoordinated as a kid that a rival coach said he had trouble chewing gum and walking at the same time. They had a youth league draft in his town. Dude was picked dead last despite being taller than everyone, but he kept training and finally broke out at age 14. Drummond had a quadruple double in middle school. 27 points, 16 boards, 14 blocks, and 10 steals.
Shit.
Beast.
Where's this in the
But
NBA?
something threatened his
He's never
basketball
had 20 in his
future.
life.
Andre told his single mom that he loved football, and she reluctantly let him play. But he was terrible. He's just not a natural. But he was naturally tall, 6'10" entering high school. So local
Fuck was that, my nigga? Stay your ass in the paint, nigga. What the fuck was that bullshit? Yo, Andre, bro. Let him have some fun. This is open runs, right? It better not be some rec league, because, yo, nigga, relax, bro.
college
I don't give a
UConn
fuck
came
if
to
it's
recruit, and their legendary
Only do
coach
that in
Jim
open runs.
Calhoun was like, how can I even tell if this kid is good? Because the score was 74-18. Andre had like 17 block shots, maybe 10 or 11 dunks. It was a joke. He was so much bigger, stronger, and faster than all the other kids that it was a joke. So Andre transferred to St. Thomas More Prep School for a better competition, and he dominated, but there were questions about his attitude. A Fox Sports scout said there was an issue with Andre not always playing hard. Some of it, in my opinion,
Tyrone, bro,
was
what's good, bro?
boredom. He just didn't engage if the competition sucked. It's like the opposite of Kobe Bryant, who just wanted to kill the opponent. But Drummond was like, I'm bored. I'm going to go take a nap. But still, he was ranked the number one
Yo,
or
how do you
number
have
two
this
high
so-
school
this
recruit in
utmost
the
confidence
country, which
for
means
just getting rebounds,
every
bro?
college is recruiting him
Holy
like a
fucking
million
shit, you're not Dennis
scholarship
Rodman, my
offers.
nigga.
No.
Douglas
Andre
got a buzz.
graduated
Wait,
early
Tyrone,
and
this is the
told
first time
all
you've
the
seen me with a
schools,
buzz?
he was like, I'm going to just transfer to another high school. But then suddenly
Tyrone,
he
that-
changed his
swear you was
mind.
here that
And
first-
UConn was like,
You weren't here?
we don't even have any
Where the
scholarships
fuck were you
left.
at?
So kid just tweeted, it's
Yeah?
official. I'm
Damn,
headed to the
be honest,
University
though,
of
is it tough? Be
Connecticut
honest,
to
be
be a
honest.
Husky this
Be
year.
honest, be honest, be honest. Is it tough though? Is it tough though? Is it be honest, be honest. You're first biggest fuck, okay.
Without telling anybody at UConn. So all the coaches see this tweet and they're all scrambling because the number one player just committed to you. His future teammate at UConn offered to give up
Andre
his
Drummond was the
scholarship,
number one player in the
but
world.
Andre said no, and he took out loans and walked on as the number one recruit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Somebody was paying
It's
him
tough,
under the
bro.
table, but the NCAA
Nah,
thought
tight
that
shit.
same thing.
You're tired of
And
appreciate
they
you twin, you know what I'm
investigated
saying?
him for 3
Wait, but hold up.
months
Wait, I
and
forgot. You don't even watch
cleared him.
basketball.
But the year
But
at
what the
UConn,
fuck? Andre Drummond is the number one. In what fucking world, my nigga? Because that's not mine. It sure ain't mine, my nigga. It sure ain't my world, bro. Andre Drummond was the number one overall player in the world. Who the fuck was Andre Silva? No, this nigga right here on the right? I mean, you can't really see him, but
Was terrible. Drummond had bad numbers. They got knocked out in the first round of
fuck was
March
he the
Madness.
number one player in
And
the world?
still, he was projected to be a top pick in the NBA draft. But again, questions about maturity. NBA scouts asked his coach, hey, why doesn't Andre love
okay, yo,
basketball?
Tyrone, in soccer terms, he's Lukaku. Nah, Lukaku scored. This guy was not a scorer, bro. Yo, Tyrone, who's a really bad defender? Not bad defender. Who's a really good defender, but like, just like, not good at the same time. I don't know how to explain that.
So, Drummond fell to number 9 in the draft, and the Pistons took him in 2012. And once he got to the Pistons, he asked coaches, what can I do to have a long career in the NBA? And they said, you need to perfect one skill. Be the absolute best at one thing, and I promise you, you'll always have a spot. So, Andre said to himself, nobody hangs their hat on rebounding, so you know what? I'm going to be the best rebounder to ever play. Nobody wants to go after rebound every position, but I'll do it. So this dude studied the nuances of rebounding.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't fucking study. Bro, Ronaldo Arju. But to this day, I don't believe no way you can study a rebound, nigga. Just box the guy out and get that board, my nigga. There's no way you can study rebound. You don't know where the ball is going. You can't study a rebound. You can't study to get a better rebound. Like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You can't teach hustle, my nigga. Fuck. Yo, Tyrone, you don't even need to know basketball to hear this, bro. Yo, Tyrone, you know what a rebound is, right? You can't study to be a better rebounder. Fuck it. Nah,
stats for the best rebounders in the league to chase them down. Established himself as a double-double machine, one of, if not the best rebounder in the NBA by his third year.
He was just trying
but
more.
Some
bro.
fans
That's it. If you want to get more
turn
rebounds,
on him.
try to get the
Yes, he was an
rebound.
all-star in
You'll get it.
2016 at 22 years old. But Drummond's
maybe get
attitude
stronger.
was
That's it, I
weird.
think.
Take this game in late 2016. The Pistons were about to clinch the playoffs for the first time since 2009.
Wait, 2016?
Coach
Do I remember
Stan Van
watching this?
Gundy benched Andre for free throw issues, but watch him here. Okay, the rest of the team is cheering on their teammates. Drummond just sulking by himself on the bench. The greatest moment for your franchise in years, and all you can think about is yourself? But hey, a 23-year-old all-star, Pistons made him the highest paid player in team history. 5 years, $127 million max contract. And dude put up big numbers, played defense, but the Pistons sucked. In Drummond's time there, they made the playoffs
Oh my
2
God.
times and got swept
They
in
really
the first
paid him that
round
much?
in
I
both
thought he
seasons.
missed out
and
on it.
Drummond
So,
just
he didn't
continued
miss
his
on shit,
bad
nigga.
attitude. I mean, in the
You robbed the
2019
fucking team,
playoffs,
nigga.
fans booed him
that should
at
be-
home,
they
and
should
the
charge you for
announcers
that,
called
nigga.
out his
Yo, take this
soft
nigga to
game.
court.
Like, who plays like this when you're down 0?
You paid this nigga $100 million, my nigga. Oh my god. So is this guy dog shit? What's the context? No, he's good in only one category, like rebounding. Only one. And if was he a good defender? I can't really. I don't know. Maybe perimeter defense, but not perimeter. Interior. Or whatever it's called. $100 million. Yes, they paid this nigga $100 million. Just look, bro. He literally dribble. You probably dribble better than him.
2 in the playoffs with
seriously,
the
you probably
season
dribble
on the
better than him.
line. He even
He's a center,
admitted
though. He
later
doesn't really- but
he
still,
would
like,
miss shots on
don't give a
purpose to pad his rebounding stats. And once he got that max contract, he thought to himself, that's it, my job is done here. So the Pistons traded Drummond in 2019, and after the Cavs put him on the trade market, nobody was interested. And not only was his attitude questioned, but big men who can't shoot lost value. So Andre started to bounce around the league until one day before
Wait. My fault. I forgot. Back then, it was like low-key, those big men were still in the league. Right? 2017, 20. That's when they low-key stopped having big men who can't shoot. Yeah, that's right.
a game in Chicago, it all broke.
I
For
forgot
me, I
there
got
was
to
still
a
like a
point
couple
where I was
90s.
just like
you know what
not
I'm saying?
happy with myself. I remember I was sitting in the locker room and I was just like Billy Donovan is like talking and it's like muffled, like I can't hear anything. I'm just like numb, like I'm just in this like
Okay,
mode
yeah,
where
go
I
ahead.
just can't feel anything. And I was like, yo, something's wrong. I was like, I think I'm about to break. And as he finished, I just felt my body start getting hot. And I'm just like, fuck, man. I'm like, yo, I'm about to lose it, man. I'm like, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I can't explain it. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I don't know why it's all of a sudden. Why right now? Why in this
still,
locker
even
room?
if you're a
Like, I
defender,
just
you
had
should still
no
be decent at
answers.
dribbling
And
since
as
you're
we broke,
professional.
I just walked out of the locker room and I walked around the corner. I just sat in this hallway by myself. I just fucking let it up, bro. I just broke down and started crying, bro. I just sat there for like 20
You know?
minutes.
Andre says that
You know?
everybody saw what happened in the locker room. There was no hiding
Retweet,
it.
my nigga, what the
Later, he
fuck?
told his coach that he needed time off, deleted
But
his social media,
Tyron, I look and
changed
forgot.
his
Yo,
phone
I'm
number. Drummond had some kind of
there used to be does he still play? Yes, but he's like a veteran now. Like NBA teams usually keep like who's a veteran and who's that one player on Chelsea? Is he still there? I think he retired. There's like a really old player on Chelsea, but usually NBA players keep like veterans on their teams just to like help the youngins and shit and shit like that. And I'll say like with their attitude problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? Locker room issues and shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll pay them like minimum. They'll pay like $1 million a year or something. Just like you know what I'm saying? Help out the team and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
A panic attack and started therapy for the first time, which he says saved his life. It turns out all the pressure of being a superstar that the league didn't want anymore got to him. Because despite all the money and all the fame, it broke him to hear everybody talk like he's worthless. So somehow
you're still getting paid, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Put me in his shoes, bro. You went from 100 million to 10 million. Can I get that? Nah, hell nah. Yo, bring all the hate, bro. Nigga, if I'm sitting on 10 M's, bro, I could dead at, bro. You could, bro. I'm not even gonna say it, because that's how bad it is, bro. 10 M's? Shit, nigga. I don't know what this nigga's on.
He had to separate his status as a pro athlete from who he actually was as a person. Like, being an NBA star couldn't define him, because what happens when that gets taken away? Who even was he if he made the league minimum? Was he still worth anything as a person? The answer had to be yes. He is worth something regardless of basketball. Otherwise, what's the point? So Drummond learned how to reshift his focus in life. Be grateful for the little things like health and family, not wealth and fame. He started finding joy in just playing the game again, which is why
I just took an Andre Drummond look at good-looking dude, bro.
And everybody said, no way is that gonna
back. So he's just overpaid? No, I don't think he's overpaid. I mean, he was, not anymore. Like right now, I don't think it's too crazy to have him on a team. He's bad, but he doesn't play. He just sits on the bench and helps like the other players, you know. I don't think he's overpaid. He gets paid like maybe $1 million a year. Now he could help some centers, you know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, don't be like me, nigga. Start shooting that rock. Start shooting that rock. Nah, hell nah. Start shooting that rock.
Work. Him and Joel Embiid have beef for years. It did work because Drummond was now just happy to be on the court, be Joel's backup. It didn't matter anymore. His self-worth now wasn't tied up in how many minutes he played or how much money he made. What is awesome about this story is we almost never get to see pro athletes grow up like this while they're still...
Wait, is that Bill Nye? Or somebody? That's somebody.
We almost never
that
get
has
to
to be
see
somebody.
pro
Yeah, I know that
athletes
nigga.
grow up.
That's Bill Nye. Wait, no, that's... Wait, no. This is somebody else.
Up like this while they're still playing.
Bro, I know that person, bro. I don't know why.
They usually
Why
get
is he just chilling with
years after playing
Bill
and
Gates?
talk about
That's
it when
not
they're
Bill Gates.
old, or they just never
But
grow
that's
up at all.
somebody, bro.
Andre
I know him,
Drummond
but I
has
don't
learned a
know what the
lot,
fuck his name is.
and now he's trying to pass that on to other players while he is still finishing his own career. But full disclosure, I am on vacation right now. I am in Greece. Hopefully, Giannis, speaking of Greece, gets traded before I leave. But it's why I'm doing like random feature stories like this, okay? And I used to do them all the time. Like, how about...
Nah, I can't. That was a WS video.